and that's right to change. Table 3.7 deities down to aura, to spells. Like other spellcasters, a cleric can cast only a certain number of spells for each spell level per day. Space's daily spell allotment is given on table 3.6 to cleric. In addition, he receives bonus spells per day if he has a high wisdom score. That's bonus languages. That's 3 plus charisma modifier, and that means that's spontaneous casting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line there, taking that type of sense, over to here. That's for example, and that is a first level cleric, taking that type of sense. So the beginning of that paragraph, which is the start of that paragraph, has a first level cleric. Now in that, at the bottom of that paragraph, that's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th line from there, when Jozan prepares the spells. So now we have no origin, taking that type of sense, so we're just going to write when Jozan prepares the spells as a first level cleric, which is what it starts with. Now, with the first level cleric, that's A, that is first, and that's B column type thing, that is 0 experience, taking that type of sense. Your experience or your level is right there, taking that means, which is right. It really is first. Okay, now from that, taking that type of sense, 5th line from the top, he gets 1. That's 5th line, and it mentions that. That's 1. And he gets 1 first level spell for being a first level cleric, comma, in the sentence and the end of the example. 1 on the 4th line, which is also the 5th line. 1 bonus first level spell for having a high wisdom score of 15, comma, and we're on the 3rd from the bottom. 1, 2, and 3, and 1. And that is 3, and that's 1 in that type of sense here. 1 spell, 1 first level domain spell, taking that type of sense. So those are first level domain spells. That's a first level cleric. You get 1, 1, and 1, taking that type of sense. That's first level. And that's also first level, taking that type of sense, while being a first level cleric. First level cleric, taking that type of sense, which there's no first, which is another spit bubble in the year. So that's cool. And that's first, and that's first level. That's first. And that's first on table 3.2 type thing, which is first. Now you go back to 183, and that's first. That's a cure light wounds. So we put that on 1, right there, the 1 on the 5th line. But the 1 for the 5th line for that first level spell also counts as the 1 from the 4th and 3rd because of his hit points. So that D8, taking that type of sense, is a D8, and then 3 out of that D8, which is a result of 3. And that leaves 5 on the table. So a person can roll a D8 in that type of thing, in that type of means. Now, we're going to do another cure light from that, because that's a wisdom bonus 1. And that's a cure light. And that's a D8. And that's stated. And that's wisdom. That's sta and wisdom. Taking it and wiz. Both are the same. And then your domain. Your wisdom 1 doesn't come from that page. That's page 32. That's wisdom. And that's page 8. And this is 31, which looks like an 8, so it is page 8. And it said your wisdom bonus spell comes from page 8. And that's 14. And that's a first level spell. Boom, just like that. So now, that's your wisdom 1. Same chart, taking in that type of sense. But you might not need to take the cure if you didn't want to. So, you wouldn't have to add up like that. And now, if you take Paylor, which you can, that's page 32. That's Heronius, Maroda, and Yandala, Ilona, Garl, Paylor, God of the Sun, neutral good, good, and healing domain, taking that means. Healing, up back to the top, is a spell. Okay, 187. That's a first level spell that we're looking for. So we can read the 9th one if we want to, typing that type of sense. Should be 1 cure light again. That's a D8. Now, that's 1, 1, and 1. So the total of it is 1 to 1 to 1, which is, with a calculator, is the same number. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 in that is 3. So that's 3 taking from their spells over 3 rounds, 3 standard actions. And that's 3d8. Remember, we covered that A, that B, and that C taking that type of sense. And that's a round taking that type of sense right there. And so it's a total of 3d8 in one round. There's 3, so it takes 3. So it takes 3 rounds. That's 3d8 without your bonuses. That cleric level, taking that type of sense, drops the 0 as your bonus, taking that means, and 0 right there. Then your healing domain is also your cleric level. Cleric, healing, and that's 1 and 1. Ritual blessing type thing there is 2, and sacred healing is 2. Those right there are 4, which we accounted for the 1s on top of that, right then and there. So it's 2 plus 4 in that type of sense. And that's definitely somebody getting hired, type thing that means, and that's 2 plus 4. That's impossible because they're not right. It's 2 plus 4, and that equals 6. Okay, just like that. Now, that 6 also counts as your roll. That's your roll. You rolled a 6. You rolled a 6. You rolled a 6. So if you didn't roll a 6, it replaces your roll with a 6 in that type of sense. Now, in that different die, that's off from 8 taking that type of sense, so you never make up the 2. That's what that means. That's good. Actually means that you could do 6 plus 6, which is 12. Now, we go back over there taking that means, and that's 23 with the backpack. There's no backpack on there, another beating. And that's 12 against a D4, so you can cure them. 12 against a D6, 12 against a D8, and 12 against a D10, and 12 against a D12 type things. So it can cure all of them.